Welcome to the Embrace It series, where women with all types of disabilities can be real, resourceful, and stylish. With each episode, you'll walk or roll away with everyday tips, life hacks, and success stories from community leaders and influencers. So take off your leg braces and stay a while with Lainie and Estela.
Hi, I'm Lainie, and I have CMT.
And I'm Estela, and I also have CMT, a neuromuscular disorder affecting approximately 2.6 million people worldwide. That's as many as MS.
We believe that disabilities should never get in the way of looking or feeling good. Both Estela and I wear leg braces, and we've learned through our own personal journeys to embrace it.
For more information and exclusive resources, check out our websites at trend-able.com and hnf-cure.org.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button for future episodes and special promos.
We cannot wait to connect with you all and embrace it together.
Can't wait. See you guys soon.
Hi, everyone. We're so excited. This is our very first ever Embrace It series. And I'm Lainie.
And I'm Estela.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome.
Welcome. So bear with us because this is our very first one. We're going to get better. We're a little bit nervous. I'm nervous. Are you nervous, Estela?
A little bit. I'm trying to shake it off here.
Okay.
We're good.
Well, so anyways, if you don't know us, well, you can read the bio about us, but both of us have charcot-marie-tooth disease, as we said, and we both wear leg braces. And although this podcast is not going to be just about leg braces, that's something that Estela and I have in common, and that's something we wanted to kind of start this whole thing off talking about.
Right.
See, we even have the t-shirts.
Yes, embrace it. So that's kind of our play on words and the basis for this video series. And I work with the Hereditary Neuropathy Foundation, and Lainie runs her amazing blog, trendable.com. And I think we met, over a year ago already? It's been
Yeah, we did. And it was like, for me, I don't know if anybody out there can relate to this, but, to meet someone, I had never known anyone with the same disease as I have, besides my mom and my sister and my daughter. It's a hereditary neuropathy that I have. So I'd never known anyone. I'd known that they existed, but never anyone cool that I'd want to be friends with.
Right.
So when I was starting out the blog, and I was reaching out to anybody who would listen to me. I came upon Estela and all these awesome women at the HNF, at the Hereditary Neuropathy Foundation. And I was like, oh my God, these people are me. Like, they get it. There's so many things about having a disability, and particularly the disease that we have because of the leg braces and the foot drop and all the weird things that I have, like my hands, if you can see them, I have pretty bad fine motor grip, things that you can't necessarily see if you were to pass me on the street, but things that definitely consume or, that I have to find workarounds for in my life. So when I met Estela, I was like, oh my God, she gets it, right?
And that's the beauty of our little community that we're always trying to expand, is that you have kind of this, it's weird, you have this instant bond when you meet somebody, not just with a disability, but like you said, somebody who has similar life experience and can relate on a deeper level than most people.
So that's really that's why we're doing this. What better way to tell you than that? I want, and Estela wants, all of you to have what we have.
Right.
So we're your people.
Yeah.
Although, picture me, I don't know how you're going to picture me, but hopefully you are looking at us and going, oh, wow, those people are kind of like me. And if that's the case, then now you will have that same awesome feeling. And we're going to talk about things in this podcast that you will get. And there's something to be said about sharing tips with others. I'm 48 years old. How old are you, Estela? You're very young.
Almost 39.
Oh, 39. 10 years. 10 years. So I'm 48. And I, have worn leg braces a very long time, actually, since my late 20s. So I think I know everything. I think I know all the tricks and tips for being able to do things. I write about them in the blog, you know, but like Estela lives in a city, you know, she lives, like, tell them, well, I guess don't give them more address.
Yeah, I live in New York, but about 40 minutes outside of New York City. So yeah, I mean, we have similar things in our lives, but we, you know, we have different experiences within those similar circumstances. So it's always fun to kind of bounce ideas off of each other and compare and support each other. And that's definitely something we want to bring to this series, is just learn from other people's perspectives. We're going to be interviewing some awesome experts and some really cool, I think, professionals. And we really want to empower women, I think, with this series. We want to show that disability is not necessarily this stigmatized idea of what necessarily people think, that, you know, we're shunned to our homes and we don't want to socialize, but we just want to show that we're out there, we're navigating our own challenges, and we have careers, and we have families, and we have, you know, we have a sense of style, and we go away on vacation and girls trips, and we want to show how we incorporate our disability and how we just kind of, you know, we're not ashamed, and we want other people to feel the same as well. So we want to.
But we're also going to be very real here, you know, like it's kind of an irritation to me to go on social media, and I follow a lot of different bloggers, and, you know, they're all awesome in their own way and they're doing their own thing, but some of them are like, oh, go disability, like, you know, disability power. You know, I don't think it's easy to have the disabilities that Estela and I have, and maybe you have too. It's not all like, you know, rainbows and unicorns. Like, there's days that really kind of suck. And this is about being real and not just saying, oh, glossing over things. Like, we get that it's challenging, but we also get, and Stella and I both feel, that like sitting around and complaining about it doesn't help us. Absolutely. Like, I don't need Estela to be my poor me and indulge me. I want Estela and all of you to be my, you know what, Lainie, have you thought about this? And the reason that you guys can say that is because you get it.
Right.
You know? So with that said, we should go on to, like, we should give a first topic, don't you think, Estela?
Sure, absolutely. I think, well, it's perfect timing because we're about to, well, probably by the time this airs, it'll be after Memorial Day weekend, but we are coming up to Memorial Day weekend, which is obviously, you know, the start of the summer. And we, there, you know, with a lot of the celebration that comes with summer is also some anxiety and some kind of, you know, mindset shifting that it kind of has to occur, especially around our wardrobe and a lot of events taking place, social events, social gatherings, outdoors, that kind of whole thing. So we just, you know, I know you can relate that we just have to kind of mentally adjust, just like we do our spring cleaning. We kind of have to like clear out all the things and anxiety going through our mind and just be like, okay. Mm-hmm. And I think you really touched on some amazing points in your article that you wrote last year, right? For trendable.com. And what was that?
I love that she's helping me to promote. Like, I don't even have to say it. There's a dash, people. Trend-able. So don't go Googling Trendable. But yeah, so the blog that Estela is referring to was actually, you know, I guess a crowd favorite. All 5 people, right? No, but it's called seasonal self-pity syndrome. And it was kind of like a little joke, but not so much a joke. I mean, there is no, you know, we're not doctors. There is no real seasonal self-pity syndrome. But when you have a disability and you wear leg braces, different seasons are challenging for different reasons. And summer and spring, which starts summer, obviously, is challenging because if you didn't always have a disability, let's say you didn't always wear leg braces, or you know, you have MS or something that, you know, had an accident, have a nerve injury, these things that happen later to you, you know, you mourn when you see the people who are running down the street and jogging and wearing shorts and wearing really strappy, cute, you know, heels and with little sundresses. And you're like, oh, that used to be me.
Yeah.
You know, Estela, like I wasn't ever able to wear heels, but I definitely wasn't always in leg braces. And I know that, you know, as soon as summer starts, so the beginning of it, I'm like, ugh, like I'm so happy because the sun is out and, you know, I get to, you know, get some vitamin D and get, you know, I like being outside, but I don't like it when it's too hot. And I don't, you know, like how it feels to have heavy leg braces when it's 100 degrees.
Right.
And, you know, there's a lot of things that I wish I could do in the summer that are way more challenging now, that I don't just jump and take my kids to the pool when they were little, because I did, but there were a lot of steps, you know?
There's like a lot of mental energy involved.
Yeah.
In just like going to the beach and going to an outdoor wedding and, you know, finding something to wear and, you know, so there's, you know, going to the rooftop bars and, you know, there's definitely, it requires more mental energy.
And like concerts too, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that was a big thing when I was younger, is like all my friends, and maybe, you know, you too now, like love to go to concerts in the summer and sit on the big hills. Do you have big hills? You know, like
Yeah, something similar. Yeah.
Okay, well, like, you know, if you have not so great balance, it's not easy to climb a big hill and to
walk in the grass.
Right? So, yeah, so there's things that kind of summer symbolizes for me that are scary,
right?
You know?
Yeah, so. And I think it's super important. I know one of the ways that I deal with it, I have a great circle of friends and a great boyfriend and great kids that, you know, I know I can rely on during these events to, you know, grab their arm or help me with balance or help me up and down the stairs. So I think that's important. Not everyone has that. And I think some of the reasons might be why they're just not comfortable communicating that with their friends or their loved ones, or they're hesitant to kind of even say yes to a lot of those opportunities.
Right, they probably just avoid them.
Yeah. So that's something that I think we definitely want to help encourage people to kind of just start taking baby steps out of your comfort zone and trying and things that you might necessarily not always say yes to, and just give people more of the benefit of the doubt, you know? And just,
you know, yeah. And like in that blog, the seasonal self-pity blog, you know, one of the things that I talked about or emphasized is really, you know, just pushing things away and denying that you feel a certain way, and saying, no, everything's fine. I don't need anything. I don't feel sad. I don't feel bad. And that's what a lot of us do. And when you do that, you know, the feelings don't just go away.
Right.
They definitely intensify, and sometimes they, you know, come out sideways, like to our husband or to the Starbucks person or whatever, right? So we have to deal with them, but that doesn't mean you have to like go to a psychotherapist and sit on a couch and talk about it. One of the things I do, and I talked about it in that blog, is that like, I'm like, okay, Lainie, you're allowed today 2 hours for a pity party, okay? And like, maybe that's for some of you, you know, 5 minutes or 2 days or a week or whatever, you know, maybe a week.
A certain amount of time.
Yeah, but like set a timer. And I literally set a timer, and I'm like, I'm gonna feel sorry for myself for this amount of time, and then I'm just gonna deal.
Yep. I'm
gonna own the fact that, you know, I have a loss. Like, it's a loss. I feel a loss. And I wish that there are things that I can wear that I can't wear. I wish there are things that I could do that I really can't do the same way that I used to. But it doesn't serve me to focus on it. So I'm just gonna feel bad and then let it go. So like, Estela, do you have like any, you know, I know feel the same way, like, how do you like take your focus when you are like feeling down about summer and stuff? Like, what do you do to get out of it?
Well, I I definitely like the shopping thing. I think you touched on it, going to get your hair done or find yourself something cute or like a new purse or, just kind of like redirect your energy, not necessarily going shoe shopping for like a week, but just, finding other things that'll kind of lift up your spirits, make you feel cute and pretty. I know there's a lot of downsides to Instagram and social media and things like that. But for me, I think it also depends on who you're following and the type of community that you've created on social media. And for me, I've definitely over the past year, I've made it a point to follow a lot of inspirational people. There's, amazing women out there who are just killing it. Like Jillian Mercado, who's a super
she's awesome.
She's like on billboards everywhere. And then there's Chelsea Hill, who's the founder of the Rolettes in LA, and she's traveling the world with her crew, and they're all like doing these beautiful, sexy music videos in their wheelchairs. And I'm just like, just following people and just keeping that in my like imagery loop. It just gives me a perspective of like, okay, there's no reason why I can't associate myself with these incredible women, and they're confident and they look great. And it's just it's a matter of just lifting yourself out of it with the support of other people as well.
Yeah. And for me, like, I am not, I totally appreciate that you follow people with disabilities and that's inspiring to you. For me, I just have to keep in check that like everyone has stuff, like everyone has something. And, not necessarily, I wouldn't necessarily talk to anybody about my feelings, but there are people in all of our lives that you would be surprised would be much more interested in like knowing you and being around you and doing different things when you're real and you're able to just own up to the fact that, you know what, like I told you I couldn't go to that concert. Remember, I've been telling you I can't go to that concert. It really wasn't because I couldn't go. It's because I was like totally scared to go, When you can say that to someone, like, first of all, you become so much closer with that person because they then tell you things that they have anxiety about or things that, I don't know about you, but like, since you're at H&F and with the blog, I have met so many people, I should say re-met, people I know who've told me that they have disabilities that I didn't know that they had. Right. Like so many people I know are like, oh yeah, I have lupus or I have rheumatoid arthritis or I have this and I have that. And they just never talked about it with me. And maybe they never talked about it with me because I wasn't someone who looked like they were open to talking about it because I was so closed about my own stuff, No,
and I think that's the beauty of sharing our stories is that it kind of ignites that light in other people and they find the bravery in themselves to share their own stories. And it's just, we're all human beings, we're all women, we're all trying to do the best that we can. And it's very encouraging when we can trust each other to share those details and those, those inner thoughts and just be vulnerable with each other and just be real and not worry so much about judgment. Because at the end of the day, life is short and there's things that we all want to do. And this shouldn't be one reason that gets in the way of that.
Okay. So let's just we're very heavy here. We gotta we're just, I think we're nervous too, but I don't know. So Estela, let's make sure, because there's nothing more annoying than when you're watching or you take the time to do something and then you're like, well, what did I get from that? I really believe you get something from everything, but we want to actually give you stuff that will be helpful to your lives. So since we don't have a guest on and we don't have anybody, which in the future we want some of you guys to join us on here, but right now it's just Estela and I. So Estela, let's talk about what's your best tip, and I know I'm totally putting you on the spot. What is your best tip for going to one of those concerts or festivals? What's your best tip?
Definitely who I'm going with and scoping it out. So I like to do my research. I like to do Google Maps and kind of and sometimes it's either I even call, the manager, the office, and I'll say, what kind of accommodations do you allow for people with disabilities, just so that I know, like, I put myself at ease and I know there's a way, accessible way to kind of enjoy the concert. And if there's a spot, like, I'll get there early, spot where I can sit, or like there's like a platform I can like hang out at. And like I said, like, just if I have to talk to a security guard and be like, look, this is my situation, is it okay if I do this or stand here? Or, you know, I think it's just be proactive.
Okay, and that's like really what it comes down to for everything, right? So you're like your own
advocate,
concierge. You're going to a concert and you call up Estela, and Estela finds out the information for Estela of where to sit and where would be the closest bathroom, and you prearrange with a chauffeur and you know where to park if you are going to park, and you know all of that, so that, you know, we can't control everything. Like that concert, that same concert that you plan for, it may not go exactly as planned, which I'm not good with at all because I'm totally controlling, but I'm working on it, you know, like we can't control everything, but we can make it so that we don't feel as anxious. And I think that's like what you're doing, right?
Yeah, just check off a lot of those boxes. It's like, I wonder if this, I hope this doesn't happen. Just try and check off as many of those boxes.
Right.
Like I said, get there early so that you don't have to feel rushed, and you're not there when like the crowds are there and you feel like you might get, you know, pushed out of the way or lose your balance because there's, you know, a lot of people that you're trying to walk around, that kind of thing. So
yeah,
that would be my best advice. And just go with somebody that, you know, like you can just trust, and if you need to hold on to them, it's no big deal, you know.
Okay, your turn. What do you want to ask me?
What is your best tip for going to like the pool or the beach, or like?
Ooh, well, you know, I wrote a whole blog on that.
About everything. So.
Remember, trend-able.com. Okay, so I have a lot of pool tips, and like it kind of depends on what pool, where the pool is, if you have kids with you, etc. So let's assume you're 48 years old like me and you don't have little kids to keep track of, okay? Because that's very different. Yeah. If you do have little kids to keep track of, even if you don't have a lot of extra cash, there are a lot of kids in your neighborhood or in like around you that want like internships. They want to be helpful and volunteer. So just so you know, that's an option if you do have little kids, to have a mother's helper go with you to the pool. Mm-hmm. I know my kids did that with other people who weren't able to, you know, quickly jump into the pool to be with their kid, to play with kids. Yeah. So that's one tip if you have kids. If you don't have little kids and you're like, free, but not, it's so sad. Okay, but if you don't have little kids and you have the luxury of being able to go to a pool, and let's say you're on vacation, which I like to do, one of the things that I do with my braces is I always carry a big tote bag. Okay. And actually we like have one on the website, just so it happens now. And when I get to the lounge chair, which I've pre-arranged, so like Estela, it's proactive. I've either found someone who's gotten me a chair, or my husband's woken up really early to get the chair. So once I have the chair and I'm there, I take my tote bag, and since I'm wearing like a jumpsuit or a maxi dress, something very easy, I can just pick it up, take off my braces. I'm in the front row, so I'm able to like scoot into the pool, right? And I put my braces in my waterproof tote bag, and then I'm set. And if I want to go in the water, I just kind of like scoot instead of walking, because I can walk without my braces. It's just not so easy, and it's painful. You know, I'm sure a lot of you can really like, it hurts on your feet to be on pavement. So I make sure to be in the front row. I scooch down. It looks very, well, it might not look so graceful. I like to think it looks kind of graceful.
It's a dance.
Definitely get a bikini wax beforehand. Okay, TMI, right? Yeah, so that's my tip. Bring a bag and do a lot of good proactive work ahead of time for that pool.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. I think we'll have a lot more of those to come in the next few episodes, and we'll be kind of asking our viewers, you can email us at embraceit@gmail.com with your suggestions, and we'll definitely be interested in if somebody would like to join us on one of the upcoming podcasts.
Well, we want you to join us. We want there to be a waiting list for people who want to join us. Actually, you know what? That would be so cool. If we can have a group of people who want to be a part of this and be on and like do kind of like, I always wanted to do that. Is that show still on TV? Not like Coffee Talk, but the one in the mornings.
You?
You know, The View.
Yeah.
It'd be like The View. The Embrace It View,
Yes.
right? Like, wouldn't that be cool?
I love it. Yeah.
I know. So anyways, we're super excited, and we have a ton of topics that we're thinking about, but it's only things that we're thinking about. We want to do topics that you guys want to hear about and you want to be a part of.
Right.
And it would be no point if just Estela and I did this little video and no one watched it.
Yeah, we want to know what challenges you're trying to deal with, some of your secrets, some of your stories. I mean, there's just so many incredible women and men out there too, and we want to just share as much of that as possible.
So guys, how do you embrace it? Please reach out. This is going to be, some of you might be hearing this, and some of you might have the good fortune of also seeing this, or maybe it's not good fortune, whatever. We're doing this both as a podcast, and I think I don't know, Estela is the more technical one of the group, but however she puts it on, just note that you can see us if you're just hearing us, and let us know how you're embracing it, and let us know when you want to join us, because we'd love to have you. Okay, so with that said, Estela, I am going to go take a walk outside since it's like getting warmer, but not too hot.
Yes, I'm definitely going to make it outside soon too. And just for anyone who's watching or listening who also has CMT, whether you've had it your whole life or you're newly diagnosed, we definitely encourage you to check out hnf-cure.org. We have some very valuable webinars on there, some educational workshops. We have information about clinical trials, all types of wellness, and we have like a super exciting summit coming up in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona in November. That will celebrate.
Oh, and Estela, tell them about our workshop. We didn't talk about our workshop that we're doing.
We have a workshop coming up in September, October.
Yeah.
In Philadelphia. So we'll be speaking to a nice big group there on how to communicate when you have a disability. And also
the Abilities Expos too.
Yes, we have so much to talk about.
So much.
So yeah, we have a lot going on, but there are a lot of resources out there for you, and we'll try to bring you as many as possible. So,
okay, guys, have a great day. See you soon.
Take care, guys. Yay.
Okay, are we done?
We're done. I'll just say where we're done.
Oh my God, was that okay? Do you think it was good?
I think so. I think it flowed a lot better than I thought it would.
Okay, good. I mean, it'll be interesting to see if what people think. I mean, maybe show it to someone in H&F and see what they think of it.
Okay.
What do you think?
Do you want to do? We didn't do the quickfire questions. Do you want to do that?
Should we?
Yeah, just.
I mean, I feel like we're gonna have to do a little bit of like cutting, because it doesn't make sense that we're like saying goodbye and then we're doing quickfire. You know what I mean? It's like we ended it.
Well, we could just take a pause. Like I'll find a spot where we pause.
Okay. And do a funny Okay. So what were our questions? Do I have them?
The question was hot dogs versus.
Hold on, I gotta find the questions today. Okay, it's on here. Okay, yeah. Think of quickfire questions. Okay. Barbecue questions. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put on my glasses for it.
Okay.
Are you
all right, ready?
Yep.
Okay, guys. So real quick, we wanted to lighten it up a little bit. We have some quickfire questions that we're going to ask each other. So I'll start off first with you, lady. Real quick. Hot dogs versus burgers. Which one?
Oh, hot dogs.
Hot dogs?
Kosher, yummy, burnt hot dog with onions. Yum.
Okay.
Okay, my turn. Pool or beach?
I'm gonna have to say, that's hard. I'm gonna still say beach, even though the pool is easier. I'm gonna have to say beach. It's just more relaxing.
Okay, that's very challenging. All right, my turn.
Okay. Pick anybody to see in concert. Who would it be?
Oh my gosh. So I would pick my daughter. I would love to see my daughter in concert.
That's awesome.
She's a player. She has charcot-marie-tooth, and it would be so awesome. And it is awesome when I've seen her in little concerts.
I want to see her too. Okay.
Yep. What is your biggest summer pet peeve?
Oof, mosquitoes.
Oh yeah. Ugh. Yes. Awful.
Okay.
Okay. Last question.
Yes.
We should ask each other, right? Okay. You start.
What does embrace it mean to you?
Embrace it to me means just accepting the things I cannot change and changing the things I can.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? What does embrace it mean to you?
I think you said it pretty well. Probably what I think just in other words, for me, it would just be focusing on the things that you want and focus less or not at all on the things that you lack or don't have.
Yeah, absolutely. Like looking at the good, looking at the strengths, right?
Keep those blinders on as much as you can and just keep moving forward.
So how do you guys embrace it? Please let us know. We would love to have you on here and hear how you embrace it and how you embrace life and how you embrace braces if you wear braces and how you embrace disability or not and how you live. So please reach out and let us know. Yeah,
don't forget to subscribe, and you can write us in the comments or something. Send us an email at embraceit.com. Embraceit@gmail.com.
Oh, yep. We're like real podcasters with real emails. Okay, so bye everyone. It was so nice hanging with you guys.
Take care.